Today we're making the classic Italian sandwich, but in two different methods. We got a hot and a cold version, same ingredients, two different takes. Let's see which one's better. So for these two sandwiches today, we'll be using La Brea Bakery's Take and Bake baguettes. Now, these have really become my go-tos. Whenever I come up with a new sandwich idea, I can literally have fresh baked bread from freezer to sandwich in just 15 minutes. So this is what we're using today. Other ingredients, we got our cold cuts. I have prosciutto cotto, which is like OG Italian ham, Genoa salami, pepperoni. We're gonna melt provolone. For the classic Italian, we're gonna add lettuce, tomato, red onion, oil, vinegar, little oregano, pepperoncini, our Calabrian chili mayo, and that's that for the classic. The hot, we will omit the lettuce, tomato, and red onion, but that's basically the rundown. Let's start slicing meat. Cold cut number one, our prosciutto. Now I'm using my deli grade meat slicer, favorite tool I have in my kitchen. Obviously, if you do not own one, just feel free to go to the deli counter at any grocery store and they'll have it for you. And I'm just catching it as it comes out the back. I mean, just look at that beauty. All right, so first meat, pile of prosciutto is done. Next up is our ham, the prosciutto cotto. All right, so that right here is our ham. Now I'm telling you, this specific ham, if you have not tried this, to me, it is just like the best variation of ham out there. Absolutely love this stuff. Last of the cold cuts, we got salami and pepperoni. Same thing, thinnest setting, just slice it up. Salami, pepperoni. That's it for the cold cuts. Next up, we got the toppings. Now for this, we got tomato, iceberg lettuce, and red onion. Now, obviously, you could use a knife to cut this, but since we got this bad boy, might as well take advantage of it. I love slicing my veggies with this because you'll see, you can get them paper thin. I mean, just look at how thin this is. All the toppings are set, so now we can move on to the bread component. So for this, basically what I'm gonna do, we're gonna open up the package, slice them in half, and since these are not frozen, these only are gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes to bake at 375. So first thing, we're gonna go preheat the oven. While that preheats, let's slice open our bread. So here is the first one and the second one. Now for the second one, I'm actually not going to slice all the way through. I want the hot one to essentially be split in half, opened up. Perfect. You can see all the big holes in the crumb of this bread. This is what happens when you let the bread ferment, so it develops all of its goodness. And that is what true artisan bread looks like. So bread number one for our cold Italian sub, bread number two for our hot. Now I mentioned how I love La Brea Bakery's Take and Bake baguettes, and they've kind of become my go-to. But in general, with all their breads, their dedication to handcrafted quality, as well as just using simple ingredients, is what sets them apart. And ultimately, it's what gets you that nice golden crust, but soft inside as well, which is exactly what I look for in a perfect sandwich. So we're gonna oil these up a little bit, as well as this one. I'm gonna place both of these on a baking sheet, toss them in the oven. So while our bread is baking, let's work on the sauce. Very simple, 2 ingredients, mayonnaise, Calabrian chili, 3 parts mayonnaise to 1 part Calabrian chili. Obviously, the spicier you like it, the more you add. All right, minutes are up. The first sandwich we're gonna build is actually going to be the hot Italian. When you make a great salsa or sauce for your sandwich, the key is to have a place for all the sauce to go. And that is what all these big holes in the crumb is perfect for. Hot Italian is done. Back on the tray. And now we're gonna broil until the cheese is melted. So while the hot Italian sub broils, we're gonna start working on the cold Italian sub. And you'll see there's a lot of ingredients in this and it'll stack quite high. Thing is though, these baguettes are hardy enough to hold all the ingredients without falling apart, but still easy enough to bite through. Perfect bread for this sandwich. Let's start building. For the cold Italian sub, we start with a nice schmear of Calabrian chili mayo. We then go with a layer of our prosciutto, followed by the ham, prosciutto cotto. We then layer on our Genoa salami, a nice layer of pepperoni, provolone cheese, lettuce. Douse that with a nice amount of oil and vinegar. Tomatoes, I'm gonna season these with salt and a little bit of oregano. Go in with red onion, top it with some pepperoncini, and the last piece of bread. And that is our cold Italian sub. Let's go grab the hot. We have both the two versions of the Italian sandwiches right in front of us, the hot and the cold. Visually, both of these look absolutely incredible. I personally tend to lean towards hot sandwiches, so I'm loving the look of this, but man, just the pure size and volume of this sandwich, it's slightly swaying me towards it. This is gonna be a great comparison. What I'm gonna do now is cut them in half, reveal the cross section, and then all that's left to do is take a bite. So let's cut these up. We will start first with the hot Italian. Both of these look absolutely insane. I will say, gotta give the cross section to the classic Italian, but obviously we gotta taste it to determine a winner. Let's start with the hot. Oh, the crunch. That is just so good. I mean, the bread alone, I have that soft chew and bite to it, but also that initial crunch on the texture. There's a lot of sauce in here and it's not spilling out. The meat, the cheese, a little hint of oregano. Just, I don't know why more places aren't doing hot Italian sandwiches. This is incredible. Now for the classic, that is giant. All right, here we go. I mean, once again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here. The bread is what is making this sandwich just top tier. You can see just the drip, that like this is a wet sandwich, but it's not soggy. Plenty of hold and bite throughout. None of the meats are spilling out. Wow. All right, I made up my mind. And mainly because I'm thinking of what I want to continue eating, I gotta give it to the hot. But if I'm going to the beach or picnic, outdoor, I'm taking this. So regardless, doesn't matter what situation you're in, both of these sandwiches are incredible. Absolutely give it a shot. And just remember, if you want to make these, you gotta go and get these.